want to follow procedure and law. Mr. Speaker, don't be tempted, Mr. Speaker. Don't be tempted. The law he relies on sits on stilts. I repeat, there's a proper petition. Let's wait for its admissibility. Because that has been done by a lawyer.
A majority leader Edema majority caucus ye parliament house michemu ni munyamfo Afenyo Markins the injunction kese pa eko Supreme Court so mu for injunction kese ento speaker of parliament right honorable Abban Suleiman Kingsford Babin so said the bear enenu nsebia ekoso parliament house say former minority leader Haruna Idrisu ne plan say obetimi invoke article 96 cross section 1 G to compel members of the majority side to vacate their seats na busuani na entimi embemu yet na se eba bedosuko ewo nsem nu se de bia ye behu de ekoso ene de eba ewo abefo ntintan fidikesi so shanes mom say aha a fresh gossip gh medical akase news update enkan so da eye kroje ewo edase eno ana so na ka chire adwakro matena simide be so mo ewo fidikesi so ebusasem di kan ehya sene no ada kopiemu ewo parliament house after say eye parliament sitting omo ba wieye na omo resume sitting na sabio nsembia ekoso ewo mrahye bedwafie minority side led by a former minority leader Haruna Idrisu person sabio omo use article 97 cross section 1J etimi ama majority side for omo city bi eneno vacant due to one or two reasons bi no omo beye ama omo abutubutu omo konwa na parliament house na omo numbers of more parliament house in be reduce ama NDC manyoko na baba ye majority people and as a caucus parliament house no ama Afenyo Markins no oye majority leader the majority caucus or parliament house the kokwa power to be the amane Abban Suleiman Kingsford Babin ama bi aka a minority leader caucus the NDC manyoko no munyamfo ato Forson abusua enche bia de beto just say no Kennedy ne girl enkane former minister of state Michema Cynthia Morrison said no was as an independent candidate mrahye bejani de masuhum ono so as an independent candidate NDC side no munyamfo mrahye bejani edma Amemfi Central so as an independent candidate ama vacant na ba ana yeso hwe Ghana ye mremu when it comes to the parliament house say MPB Sebio ye to aba the money they take it of NPP NDC any Adam and Yokobia or Ghana hano be PM or parliament house. Na Sebio because of one or two reasons been to because went to me any some on Yokona and to aba and to an amount amanyoku aboa money to be room or parliament house so no mu enti and to an amount dia now walk as an independent any ni seat as mrahye bejani di masa party no say ye dane ni seat no ye butu no konwa no na ye no free parliament house so na osan ko start freshman to the swaba na we winia waba as an independent candidate no ko gina mu ma ye to the swaba no na no anene no ye hwe de na I come here say MPP side no mrahye bedwafo akuku da mienu na sabio omase omo resign from MPP akwa independent am ya to mo swaba na no ana hwe yi a me de beso mo say NDC betimi aba be majority ewo parliament war na no ana no da Afenyo Markins to be and they law mu ahodo gu for na some de to dwa ene se be one or de akọ e de microphone no bi parliament house no be be se o kam hu ni ekoti nsem no bi e de presisi.
I don't want to follow procedure and law. Mr. Speaker, don't be tempted, Mr. Speaker. Don't be tempted. The law he relies on sits on stilts. I repeat, there's a proper petition. Let's wait for its admissibility. Because that has been done by a lawyer who knows the rules. Haruna Idrisu is a respected lawyer. And we know that. Yes. This is a lawyer's rule. You know that. This is done by a lawyer. If it's issues about tax and economics, I will yield to Forson. On this occasion, it's law. It's law. So let's go by the Harun Edrisu petition. That is the right procedure. But even so, that petition will be caught by the court process. You cannot proceed. You should know this. And you want to mislead, Mr. Speaker. My duty as a leader of government business, my duty as a majority leader, my duty as a majority leader is to guide, Mr. Speaker. I remain so. It will not change today. It will not change tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, this process has been duly filed. I have the writ with me. Not only the writ, it's not a naked writ, it's not a lame writ, Mr. Speaker. I also have accompanying the writ a motion or notice for interlocutory injunction, which is also attached to it. The process, Mr. Speaker, has been duly served on Parliament, as I'm made to believe. Mr. Speaker, I am of the view that this is not a matter that anybody can just get up and say that by virtue of a member filing a process to say that I am going to contest in a future election as an independent candidate, automatically I have lost a seat. Mr. Speaker, let me take members back to memory lane. In the 1960s, the First Republic, where, Mr. Speaker, there was cross-carpeting in Parliament, 69 Constitution and 79 Constitution safeguarded the process where political parties were to be protected, and 1992 Constitution also adopted that provision. Mr. Speaker, it is therefore important for members to understand that practically you cannot say that once a member belongs to a caucus and has not resigned his membership of the caucus, the mere fact that he has filed to participate in future elections and a different ticket, he is caught by a certain provision of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, I hold my view. I've heard other views contrary to this. That is the more reason why we require patience for this matter to be properly determined by the courts. We require patience for this matter to be properly determined. Somebody cannot say that, oh, there is a certain precedence. So relying on that precedence under Order 93, Mr. Speaker should just make a declaration. Mr. Speaker, this application, so-called, is leading you into a certain valley of confusion. It's a trap being set for Mr. Speaker for his long years in legal practice. Yes, because you simply want Mr. Speaker to make a declaration which will have far-reaching consequences. In any event, a man must be heard. The rule, all the ultram partem rule, the rule is clear. A man cannot be brought to judgment unless he's been heard. If you claim, then it was bad law. If that is what you want to say, that's what you want to say, it was, would you keep quiet for me to argue? Mr. Speaker, I need to be protected from this stubborn minority chief whip. Kwame Agboja has been a very stubborn minority chief whip. Yes. A man must be heard. It doesn't matter. You've been there before. Mr. Speaker, a man must be heard. The individuals whose matter is being raised are not in this chamber. They are not here. And your party member, your party has no petition. Have you, as General Secretary, written any petition that you've sacked him? And then he's not here. Even if there's a letter from the General Secretary that Honorable Aka has been sacked from NDC, he has to be heard. He has to be heard. a man must be heard. The rule is that if all men find a man's hand in a tail, his guilt must still be proven. You cannot just get up and say, Mr. Speaker, should make a declaration, declare somebody's seat vacant. Mr. Speaker, I will not belabor. I've put out the preliminary issues. I have also faithfully explained to you the processes before the Supreme Court of Ghana on this matter. Mr. Speaker, I have also submitted that there is a petition before you. And Mr. Speaker, the Harun Idrisu petition, if you look at it, it means that you are supposed to refer the petition to Petitions Committee. What they are doing, they just want a short circuit. And that is what Honorable Forson is trying to do. Dr. Forson, this is law. This is not economics and taxation. You should know this. The lawyer has filed a petition, and you are using backdoor to create confusion. You want to mislead Mr. Speaker. That's what you want to do. That is what you want to do, Dr. Forson. That is what you want to do. The lawyer in Harun Idrisu has invoked the proper procedure. You just got up, you want to short circuit by saying order 93-1. Who told you it is order 93-1 that you have to use? He has used the proper procedure. Wait for Mr. Speaker to admit. And then upon admission, we proceed on the rule. Even so, the petition will be caught by the court process. Mr. Speaker, it cannot be. Mr. Speaker, they want to mislead you to truncate our democracy. Mr. Speaker, you've been part of this democracy since 1992. Mr. Speaker, through your experience, you got elected as Speaker of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, this is a moment for you to make history, to defend this democracy. Mr. Speaker, not to subject yourself to the whims and caprices of desperate minority leader. Mr. Speaker, don't be led into temptation. I rest my case without more.
Abusaweni nsɛm bia ene no trend e wa be fontinta fi case so asona ka chiri adwakrumu me de esomo adabo profit sheet ana osoyen asene afi ana wasiu da wi say school na hospital clinic eden bia adabo profit sheet abaso beboa ama odansie no ejina brane kumase we hwe overseas and Krampokwa station omunkrabata kese de mock point fence ana ewo obetima form number na oni mpanyifo edi insawo so se na be yadanse hu ne mapapa pa no nsa etimi aka asona ka chiri adwakrumu ni di makra